Well, everybody, good evening, Lake Orion. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm your host, and I am between Taorminas. Yes, I am. New studio, new look, new show. We'll catch you after the break. Feels good.
It does.
You know, you guys got dressed up a little bit, a little dialed up for the event.
Feels good to be back. Feels good to be back at the studio.
Well, yeah, we were really never here, but
Except for show one.
you know, they painted our logo on the desk. You got your faces on the desk.
Yes, they
It's
did.
pretty nice, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It was. I mean, it looks beautiful. And look at all the space in here.
A lot of space, a lot
Beautiful.
of different segments here. I'm envisioning here in future episodes.
Yes.
huh?
Oh yes. Same here.
So we get the brain juices flowing a little bit.
Oh
huh?
yeah. Sky's the limit.
Sky
Sky
is the limit.
Yes, it is.
Well, boys, sky's the limit with this show here today. Let's start off. We're going to talk first national championship men's basketball. Okay, we're going to talk golf. Oh, it hurts to say it. And then we're going to talk baseball and hockey. Let's start off. Kentucky, Kansas last couple nights ago. No surprise, Kentucky wins it. Big surprise, Kansas puts up a decent fight.
You know, I'm happy Kansas put up a fight. You know what? I got to give a lot of credit to Bill Self and Thomas Robinson for what they did. I mean, like, Kansas, you know, they played earlier in the year at Madison Square Garden. It was, I mean, like, but I just thought Kentucky played a good game. Got to give credit to them. But I thought there were moments that Kansas looked like they were the better team.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, got to give congratulations out to John Calipari, the Kentucky Wildcats. Also, a personal congratulations to my friend Zach Libson, who is the manager at Kentucky.
Look at that camera. Tell him, Zach.
Zach, congratulations.
Big part of that team, I'm sure.
Very big part of that team. I'm happy for you. Keep on doing what you're doing. I'm happy for you.
Wonderful. Guys, you know, a lot has come about Kentucky basketball and the way they operate, particularly the one and dones.
Yeah, the one and done rule.
Pretty much all their starters are gone next year. You know what I mean?
I hate this rule. I hate the one and done rule because, like, because this championship now gives Calipari can say, like, you can go to Kentucky for 1 year instead of, like, you know, where's the educational value of this?
Right.
Where's the educational value of this? You know, this is why I don't like John Calipari's system for what he's done at Kentucky. I think if you look at it, I think players need to stay at least 2, 3 years. Then you can think about going to NBA. Not one and done. You know what I mean? This isn't Queen LeBron James. It's like I'm going to go high school to the NBA thing. Or you got, hi, I'm David Stern. I'm the commissioner of the NBA. You can go to play college for 1 year. You got to stay in college for at least 3 years. This is why I don't like the one and done rule, and I think they need to abolish this rule, and they need to force players to stay maybe 2, 3, 4 years. Tops.
Good enough, Ant.
Yes. I think in many ways you've got Kentucky, you know, this is going to encourage players to go to these one and done schools, these schools that promote it, and play for 1 year and get in the NBA. You know, I think that sends a very bad sign to the two colleges.
Right.
Because the bulk of the one and done kids come from Kentucky. The bulk of the kids come from John Calipari.
Right.
He's going to be facing investigation soon.
Right. Well, that aside, do you see the one and done scenario catching on in other universities past Kentucky? Due to their success, do you think other universities?
It has shown signs, particularly in Michigan. I look at players like Darius Morris. I look at, Trey Burke looking at that option of leaving for the NBA after 1 year in college.
Yeah.
I think that the one and done is slowly but surely starting to catch up to the bigger schools. There's some schools such as Oakland and Michigan State that absolutely refuse to accept the one and done rule.
Right.
Arizona is another example of, if you remember with Arizona, they refused if you were going to be a one and done player, you were not going to Arizona. And you know how successful Arizona basketball was at that time.
You think that has a lot to do with the coaches? Because you look at Tom
Yes.
Izzo, players want to play for Tom for as long as they can.
Right, but they remember Michigan State had Zach Randolph and Maurice Taylor were one and done players.
Right.
I think that
Izzo didn't like that at all.
No, Izzo didn't like that at all because if you look at it, you're seriously underdeveloping your players. You know, like let's look at Kentucky here. I'm gonna use Kentucky for example. Anthony Davis, great shot blocker.
Stupid unibrow.
Yeah, he's got no left hand though. He's got no left hand.
Well, let's look at him from high school.
Mm-hmm.
He was a guard in high school.
Right.
And he's kind of grown into himself.
Right.
He's going to be a great player, I'm sure. But wouldn't he benefit from playing more in college?
Yes, and this is why I commend Thomas Robinson at Ohio, at Kansas. I do commend Jared Sullinger for what he did at Ohio State. He said, I want to develop my game at Ohio State, and I'll stay another year. I think Jared Sullinger, he's going to be I have more respect for Jared Sullinger than I do have for any other Kentucky players who goes one and done.
Does that include Brandon Knight?
Sadly, yes, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad, isn't it? All right, guys. Let's wrap up our thoughts here on Kentucky, maybe basketball season as a whole. What do you guys think?
They're going to be facing investigation next 4 years.
They better get that banner up quick, huh?
Yeah, better get that banner up because that might be gone.
Might be coming
John
down.
Calipari has a history of violations of programs, UMass, Memphis, and it might be here.
Right.
Give credit where credit's due. Kentucky won. They proved they were the best team in the tournament. Also, I had an NCAA tournament bracket. Congratulations go out to Adam Sherrod, Jeff Krasnowski, and Kyle Wood. All three of them had Kentucky winning the national championship, and look what happened.
Well, that was pretty much a no-brainer. Sorry,
there
Kyle,
were other chances.
Adam, and whoever else. Jeff. Anyways, we come back. We're going to get choked up thinking about it. We're going to talk golf.
We're going to talk the Masters on ONTV.
Join us, won't you?
I love golf.
Can ONTV really change the way you see Orion? Can a community hold a talent show to raise mental health awareness?
ONTV, a part of Orion's history since 1986. Video classes are now enrolling. Call 248-693-3377 to reserve your seat today. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television. This is you, and this is your community. You have a great idea, but how do you get that idea to your community? ONTV has your answer. You see, ONTV is a part of your community. We help you get your idea on cable, so everyone you know will learn about your great idea. So, what are you waiting for? Get your idea on cable and into your community. Get your idea on TV.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas. Guys, you feel pretty good sitting in these new seats here?
Of course.
Oh, yes.
You look pretty good under the bright lights, I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. All right, listen, guys, golf. You can thank him for why we're talking golf. Here, let me smack him real quick.
Oh.
All right, Sam, lay it out. Lay it out for the Masters. Go ahead.
Masters is going to be on Thursday through Sunday. It is at Augusta National. It's one of the it's a PGA major. Winner gets to wear a nice green jacket,
Almost similar to the ones that we're wearing in terms
Right.
only. It's
Yes.
You guys obviously haven't won the Masters yet.
Yeah.
You're just good old
I'm
Americans.
just a good fan of golf.
Yeah. You look like you're a fan of Kentucky wearing that thing.
I hate Kentucky.
All right. All right.
Well, I think that you've got really four credible. You got Tiger Woods, Roy McIlroy, Phil Mickelson or the field.
Got Ernie Els, forget him.
Yeah, but you got Ernie Els as well, but you got the field. I'm going to go with the field. I don't yeah, Tiger won the last tournament, but I just think that the field, I think there's, with the Masters, there's a newcomer, there's a new guy that'll come out of the Masters, and it brings winners out of you, So I think it'll establish somebody, not a nobody, not a no one, and I think it'll be someone we don't know.
I'm going to take lefty. I'm going to go with Phil Mickelson. He's won 2 Masters. He's hungry, determined. I know he's had some family difficulties with his wife. I mean, but I think that if you look at it, I think Phil's game's improved. I think that Phil's going to do some damage. If you look at, you got Rory McIlroy, who's the world's number 1, and then you got Tiger. I think Tiger, a lot of people say Tiger about winning his tournament. You know what I mean? The tournament, the Honda last week, 2 weeks ago. I just think that with the Masters and the pressure that he faces every week, I just think that he'll be in the hunt, but I think he's going to struggle the final 2 days.
I got a question to ask.
Wait.
Joe,
Oh, yeah.
who do you think's winning? Who do you got winning?
Tiger's back, baby.
Oh,
4
man.
You think Tiger?
By 4.
Dang.
I got Phil.
Anyone care to place money on that one?
I wouldn't
That sounds
play-
like an easy bet.
Nope.
Wait, guys, you forgot about the 5th option, though. What about Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, no.
He's a good golfer.
No.
Jack Nicholson?
No.
He's a good golfer,
Good
but I don't
golfer,
think he's
no.
participating.
Jack
in the
Nicholson is one of the all-time greats.
No.
I don't
he's
think
not
he's
there?
participating
Not
in the
there.
Masters.
He's
No.
not there.
Oh, Jack Nicholson won't be there.
Yep.
Okay. So, Sam, I understand you're watching the Masters instead of opening day. Is that correct?
I'll probably be watching both the Masters and opening day.
You're not going to be on the next segment. I just hope you know that, right? You're out. You're done.
No, I'll be in the
Baseball, my man.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't even know what to ask about golf. So take it till we're done here.
Well, let's go into the next topic about baseball.
No, we're not going to that.
Well, let's take a look at it from this perspective.
he
I
wants
think
to talk golf.
I think if you look at the Masters, you know what I mean? Like, people don't respect it. People don't respect the game of golf. As for me, I love golf. I love watching on TV. It's always a big part of
So
Easter.
exciting, isn't it?
It's a big part of Easter Sunday. And I think golf is a good sport. You got 4 majors. You got the Masters. You got the PGA Championship. You got the British Open. And you got the U.S. Open.
I think as we get older, we learn to appreciate what golf does.
Yes.
I think we appreciate what because these guys go out there for 4 days. They work hard.
Train hard.
They train hard. They train for this moment. And when you win something like that, it's an exciting moment. We're almost getting to the point where with crowds, we've got almost like actual. We're actually having cheering like hockey games and like basketball games. You get that with golf as well, and I'm noticing it too. Even though it is what you perceive to be as a quiet sport, it is. They're starting to have their fair share of crowds at these events.
Well, let me tell you guys. Thursday, I'm going to be down in Detroit, okay? I'm going to be down in Detroit. I'm going to be drinking a brew. I'm going to be watching the Tigers. And then I'm going to the Red Wings game, okay? 2 sports back-to-back that are real and real exciting. Friday, unfortunately, it's an off day. I'm not tuning into the Masters. Saturday, Tigers play at 4 o'clock on Fox against the Boston Red Sox. I'll be watching that, drinking a good old American brew. Sunday, it's Easter.
Which we spend time with our family.
I'm gonna celebrate the day it is, and then I'm going down to the Tigers game with my family. It's opening weekend, baby. It's not the Masters.
Well, you got people who like golf, and you've got people who don't.
Golfing is fun to play, especially against you two, because you guys are kind of like easy competition.
What?
Yeah.
You want me to hit you with this golf club?
No, I would prefer if you didn't.
I should.
We could take you to a golf course up in Port Austin where you can't beat. You can't win.
I can win.
You can't win there.
Maybe we'll do a show from golfing land.
Last
What do
time you
call it?
played,
Putt-putt.
last time you played there at Sandy Dunes,
I was young.
You were terrible.
I was underdeveloped.
You were
You
terrible.
were not underdeveloped.
I was
You
underdeveloped.
were terrible.
I was underdeveloped.
You were terrible.
All right. Anything else you want to say about golf?
It's a good sport to watch, you know. Ian, we got to get you. I got to teach you the great ways of watching valuable golf. My family watches it. You know what I mean? It's good. It's great.
Okay. Ant, what do you got to say?
Golf's just another option to watch on this weekend for Easter.
Okay. Well, I won't be watching, and that's my option. And I hope you will option to come back to the third segment, Between Taorminas, first show in the new studio. We'll be right back.
Did you know that you can watch ON TV on the web? How cool is that? Just surf on over to www.orionontv.org to watch your favorite on TV show. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television.
Orion Neighborhood Television has been your community connection for the last 20 years. From local concerts and sports to resident-made original programming, we are the voice of Lake Orion. Featuring a large professional studio, ONTV can provide you with the tools you need to make a quality program. Our staff is knowledgeable, friendly, and eager to help with your program success. Your voice, your community, on TV.
Can ONTV really be a part of Orion's history? Can a 100-year-old school be moved and preserved?
ONTV, a part of Orion's history since 1986.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas. Pat Ronan does not know how to count. And here we are, last segment.
Counter.
Oh, yeah, all right. Guys, favorite part of the show today, right now. Baseball is back, baby. What do you guys think, I guess, of the first matchup with the Red Sox? I know really it doesn't mean a whole lot, but it doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just nice.
When it's Boston and Detroit, these are two teams I think Boston is a playoff team this year, but they won't win the AL East this year. The Tigers will manhandle the Central. I think if you look at the pitching matchups, you got Verlander Thursday, Fister Saturday, and then Sunday you got Scherzer. You know, I mean, like for the Tigers and for Boston, you got Beckett Saturday,
Lester Thursday, and not sure who their other one is, but Buchholz,
I think so.
possibly.
I mean, like, but this is a great matchup. You know, if you're a baseball fan going out to Comerica Park, you know, this is a big opportunity to watch two, in my opinion, two playoff teams that are gonna be. I think they're gonna pose serious threats. A lot of people say about the Angels and the Rangers.
I think anytime you talk about Boston, you almost talk about the same vocabulary with the Yankees. You know,
What, you mean like an accent?
Well, in terms of how big the series are for the Tigers. The Tigers, obviously, this is a must-win series for them to prove that they can compete with everyone, not just in the Central. A lot of the stigma last year was that the Tigers couldn't beat anyone in the East or in the West. They were beating up on everyone in the Central. This is a good opportunity for the Tigers to go right off the gate against a very good team in Boston. Even if they didn't make the playoffs last year, they're still a very good team. It's still Boston. It's still the Red Sox.
Yeah, so but you need to win games in your division. You need to beat up the teams in your division. You know what I mean?
Well, but the Tigers did that last year. The Tigers beat up everyone in the division last year. The question is, can they beat the teams in the East? Can they beat the teams in the West?
They beat the Yankees in the playoffs last year.
Well, yeah, they beat the Yankees. But I'm talking about regular season. Yeah, they did beat New York, but you know they didn't beat Texas, so they did very well in the regular season against Texas.
Well, the teams that I worry about, you know, if you look at the AL this year, I worry about Anaheim and I worry about Texas. Anaheim got Pujols, then it got that rotation. Yeah, rotation. You got
Weaver,
Weaver. You
Heron.
got Heron. You got
Santana.
and then you got Santana. You got also got
Wilson.
in there. Oh my God! And then Texas, you got Texas rotation still going to be good.
Well, we all know it's a foregone conclusion. The Tigers are going to beat up everyone in the Central this year. It's almost a foregone conclusion.
Right.
The question is, and I think that many fans want to know, is can the Tigers beat like the Yankees or the Red Sox or the Rays or the Angels or the Rangers? I mean, that's the question that we got to ask ourselves. Can the Tigers beat up everyone in the East and the West? We already know they could beat up most of the teams in the Central.
Right. I'd like to ask you boys a question. You already kind of answered it. Boston in the playoffs. You think Boston's in the playoffs? I want 1 through 3 AL East finishers this year.
New York, Boston, Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are going to underestimate Toronto this year, the Blue
Bingo.
Jays. I think Toronto's probably the most underrated team in there, and I think Toronto could be better than Boston or Tampa Bay. I think I'm going to say, I think Toronto could even surprise the Yankees. So I'm going to, as far as my top 3, I'm going to put Boston actually as a 4. And I'm going to say Tampa the 3, Toronto the 2. New York will probably win the division.
I'm going to take the same, but I'm going to flip Toronto and Tampa. I think it's New York, Tampa, Toronto. I don't see anything good happening with Boston this year, personally.
Because Boston's got a new coach.
Manager,
Bobby Valentine.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is Boston, but they're going to take some time to fix that program.
Real quick, the AL West.
It'll be Texas, Anaheim, Oakland, Seattle.
Okay.
I'm going to flip-flop Anaheim and Texas. I'm going to say Anaheim, Texas, Oakland, Seattle.
I think it's going to be. I think Oakland finishes last, but I think Anaheim wins that thing. I don't really trust that Ranger rotation. You got a great lineup, but the rotation.
And Central, we all pretty much know Tigers.
Yeah. Maybe we'll talk NL next time. All right. So opening day, wonderful. Can't wait. NHL playoffs. Sammy. Big day.
Big day for my Dallas Stars. I mean, let's look at it. 9th place right now out of the playoffs right now. Had a bad loss to San Jose. If they can get San Jose, you know what I mean? They got to beat Nashville and St. Louis. It's a tough road, but if they win those 3 games, they're in the playoffs.
Do. Ant?
Well, I'm humbled.
You're humbled.
I'm humbled.
As you are every year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have.
If your brother would only take a hint.
Well, got to give props to where props is. But, I mean, good year.
Just got to win those 3 games.
He's pretty quiet about it, the Avalanche.
Yeah. I'm just rooting for teams in the division that's got to lose. I'm hoping Phoenix loses. I'm hoping San Jose loses. Just keep on losing, baby. Lose, baby, lose.
Well, whoever the Wings get in the first round, it's still going to be a tough draw.
Right. All right. Let's look at the kind of the 4, 5, 6 seeding here. You got Nashville, Detroit, Chicago, all right there. How do you think this thing shakes down?
I think it's going to be Nashville 4, Detroit 5, Chicago 6.
Yeah. And who do you think poses the biggest? Who's going to go the farthest out of that group this year?
Nashville.
Why do you think Nashville?
Nashville, because they're young. They got a couple very good players back. I mean, they just went into Joe Louis Arena and beat Detroit. I'm just saying myself.
Pretty handily,
yeah. I think Nashville's probably the most dangerous team out of those 3 teams right now with where you're playing right now.
I think when it comes to playoff experience, and I'm a big believer of experience, I'm going to say the Wings out of those 3 teams are going to go the farthest based upon experience, having been there. The question
fact that you're a closet Red Wing fan, you're wearing a red jacket right now.
Your opinion, but
you are wearing a red jacket. That's not an opinion.
Well, the thing is that experience matters in the playoffs. Yeah, Chicago's got it too. I get that, but not as much as the Wings. So I'm gonna go with the Wings are gonna go a little bit farther this year. Obviously, it looks like the teams to beat. I've always felt the team to beat is the Wings, but I mean, if you're looking at the NHL playoffs, you got Vancouver. St. Louis can be beat.
Yeah.
I think whoever has that 8th spot, whether if it's Dallas, San Jose, or Phoenix, I think St. Louis goes out in the first round.
Okay.
Final 3 divisional teams.
Not
I
bad.
can see that happening.
You know what we forgot to do?
Question today.
We forgot to check our Facebook for the question of the day. Forgot to check the account. Anyone got a question out there in the audience? Anyone? No question? You got a question?
Well,
What's your question?
I got one. Who do you think will be okay, I don't have one.
Okay, all right. Oh, you tried. Ant, you got a question? Anything you want to say?
Oh, I got a shout out.
Okay, give it to him.
Like to send a special couple shout outs first to Brock Lesnar for F5ing John Cena on Monday Night Raw.
WWE.
F5, huh?
Yes, he returned.
What's
I'm really
F5
happy.
mean?
You
I'll
don't want
tell
to
you
know. Tell you later.
Oh.
I also like to send a special call out to Pat Caputo, Michelle Griswold. Got a new studio here.
A lot of room.
I'm looking for you. You know what I mean? I'm looking for you. And also a special shout out to my Scripps middle school shot putters and the shot put in the entire track team. You know, keep working hard. Keep working hard. Believe in the system.
Ant?
Well, I'd like to give a special shout out to, all 3 middle school track teams, Walden, Scripps, and Oakview. I mean, they've all got 3 very good teams out there. Also give special shout out to, I'd like to give a special shout out to other people. Obviously, the Avatar, still there. I have the red jacket. You got your blue looks. Come on out to the studio. We'll debate. We'll do a singing contest.
Wow.
Also, another one,
Singing contest.
Also, anyone who'd like to come on the show, feel free. Let me and Sammy know. Let Ian know. Let Pat know. And also younger kids, still keep continuing to respect their elders.
Special shout out to the crew as well of ONTV. You know, beautiful studio, beautiful facility.
Big thank you to ONTV for the new studio. You know, it's wonderful. I guess we're the first show to be filmed here, eh?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great feeling.
Not a bad feeling. All right, guys. Well, we're going to continue to develop some new material. You know, change things around a little bit.
Oh yes.
Next week we'll have a few surprises, I'm sure. Thank you for joining us on Between Taorminas.
Take care.
See you next week.
Take care.
Take care.